Yeah.
I heard Dave Meltzer one time say he was critiquing a match. He goes, "Oh, they did great rope work." I go, "What the hell's rope work?"
I've been wrestling half my life. I never heard that in my
I
life. You
never
know,
heard
like,
that term ever. Rope work. Yeah,
what
you know
the
what I did? I made the audience believe the ropes were real
Yeah, yeah,
because
and
it's
I've
work.
sprung off of them, and people, I don't know, that's the thing to me is you said sell, and it's the truth. It's you have to
Yeah.
sell the entire scenario from
Yes.
entrance to exit, and it's and
That's
it's
it.
it's everything in between. And if things arise out there that can get the people involved, I promise you it's better than the bullcrap spots you talked about backstage. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's the also a struggle is like, man, I get it. Talk about some crap. Put together some
Yeah.
stuff, but not every move, and not and feel them. Maybe we, to your point earlier, maybe we get a sign that says JoJo has a small penis, and he's like ha ha ha, and we work that for 15 minutes into
Yeah.
a roll up finish, and our whole match went out the window, but the people were engaged, and you know what I
Because
mean. So it's
when you
I don't know.
realize ultimately the only thing you're selling is just your intent and the finish,
Yeah,
there's no way to make a mistake. All you got to do is constantly look like you're trying to win and
yeah.
not lose.
You're a
And
master of
then
your own destiny in there,
yeah,
right?
and I tell the young guys all the time, like, the older generation of guys will tell you, we used to call it all in the ring, and I'm like, they're lying. They would call
Yeah,
spots too,
yeah.
but the difference was they call them, and if they did them, they did them. If they
Yeah,
didn't, they
yeah, yeah,
didn't
yeah. We'll
care.
have that in our
But
back pocket, but
but these people, this generation, I watch them, and they get together, and they talk it all out, and then I watch them separate and they mentally rehearse
oh yeah, yeah,
everything,
yes,
and then they get back together, they refine it, they go mentally rehearse, then they go out, and it has to happen
yeah,
at the
that
pace
way,
that they visualized it,
yeah.
and it has to,
Or they
or
derail.
yeah, they go off the rails. I
Yeah,
mean,
and
they don't know how to
it's
adjust.
horrible to see that because you know people like man, these guys are good, but they had a crappy match because they didn't
Yeah,
ride they didn't sit loosely in the saddle. You know what I mean?
and tell me if I'm wrong, but I think you know that's the other big mistake that the younger generation now assume, and that is Carl, the plumber who used to play college football, and he's wants to he wants to go to wrestling.
Yeah,
So he brings his wife, and he's got to bring his wife and his kids.
yeah,
So now Carl spent maybe $60 to just get in, and it doesn't sound
yeah.
like a whole lot of
No,
money,
but
but for
it's yeah,
Carl, that's
yeah.
a lot of
He's a
money.
blue
Now
collar
he's
guy.
Yeah, and he's got to
Yeah,
buy concessions for the kids because we both know we've got kids. They never
yeah,
stop eating,
yeah. They're gonna buy the
and
Al
then
Snow foam finger,
of
but it's
course they
the middle
are.
finger.
It can be used in lots of
In
ways to
different
swab different
ways.
areas.
It comes with a
Um,
raccoon. I'm not sure.
yes, um, but Carl, all he cares about, he doesn't care about the quality of your match. He doesn't
No.
care if it's a 4 or 5 star match. What he cares about is, can he believe and forget that now he's got to pay the power bill late because he
Yeah.
decided he wanted to take his family to wrestling. He
Yeah.
just wants to believe and have a good time. He doesn't care what critical remarks are made about your match, or that
Yeah.
you blew a certain spot, or you had great rope work.
Yeah.
He just wants to believe. That's
Yeah.
all he cares about.
He doesn't.
And
He's never heard of rope work
not none
unless he
unless
has that
it's
swinging back basket set that I got at
or
Amazon.
he's in that autoerotic asphyxiation. Does anybody else choke on that word? I mean,
Either way,
really. I mean,
either way, I love Carl. But to your point, man, he's got let him suspend his disbelief. At
and
least
just
don't
have
make him a
fun.
fool. At least
Yeah,
don't make
don't
him a
make it.
fool.
And we've all, since the 1940s, we all had that agreement where the audience was like, "Hey, we know you know that we know. We
Yeah.
just don't rub our faces in it." And
Yeah.
we're like, "Hey, don't worry. We won't insult you
We'll
for
go so
buying
far
a
as to
ticket."
really hit each other in the head with chairs. How about that?
Yeah, and
That was a
You gotta
genius,
love
genius
CTE.
era.
Well, and and it's really bred some geniuses. You know, I still to this day deal with it all the time. I get lost in the
Yeah,
grocery store
dude,
constantly.
dude, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
I had
It's
some
like,
little old lady literally walked in the grocery store and she's like, "Where am I at?" And I was like, "Wait, is this a trick question? Because I thought I was in the grocery store too. What's
say,
going on?" And
ma'am,
we both stood there like,
cover me.
"Oh, yeah, I'm going in." She's like,
That's the
"Can you give me
truth, though,
directions?" I
man.
go, "You could turn around and go right back out that door. That's the only directions I know how to give you."
That's how I came in. That's where I'm
Yeah,
at.
I came
I
in
get
down the other
lost
door.
too,
I'm
dude.
lost here
I don't
too.
know if it's just me being old or me getting older or that or whatever, but man, I don't have. I'm not smart. I'm what they call not smart, I think, in the
Yeah,
dictionary.
yeah. It's good that we're
But
married. You know, it helps out.
hey, I say that. Thank God that my wife has put up with me as long as she has, and just she knows right now that even my kids are in on it. She's like, "Dad's dumb, so don't listen
Yeah,
to him."
just like, yeah.
Well,
Dad's
so
in the living room talking to the TV remote again. So
yes, and she'll go, "Did you
turn
call
on.
me? Did you call me?" No, this goddamn side table.
Yep.
Anyway, so
That was like
what
last
can
night.
you?
Jessica walked in the living room and was like, "Hey, what's on TV?" And I went, "Apparently dust." And then the fight started. You know.
Someone wrote "wash me" on the screen. I don't know what
I don't. I don't know who. I don't know who
it
did
was
it.
one of the kids. It was
Granted,
not
I'm the
me.
only one in the living room at the time, but
Oh, Al, dude, you are so funny. And I what else do we have to do here, Casio?